Godfrey, and this thing that I have noticed, it ties into Kevin Samuels. Recently there was this whole thing on social media with Godfrey and him seeing a image for a company of a black woman with a white man in a predominantly black area in New York, and he went off and he was saying, why do you not have a black man with a white woman? And he was saying, like, what does this mean that you should get one of those? Like, black women should get a white man? Is that what you're saying? Because there's a lot of women that express themselves on social media about divesting or leaving the black community and going to non-black men if they want protection, provision, and if they want to be married even, because we know there is a color hierarchy in our community and around the world, and there is this toxic cesspool on TikTok saying black women versus white women, or Spanish women, white Spanish women, white Asian women, and that they prefer women that don't come from them. That's a whole other mental thing, because I've said it in other videos. Literally, you saying that you don't like dark-skinned women, you don't like black women, and you prefer other men's women, mean that other men are better than you because they raised women who are better than your women. And to be honest, their sperm is better quality than yours because you like what comes from them and you degrade what comes from you. So, to be honest, you are literally saying that black women should go to non-black men because they have the better quality sperm, which would produce offspring that are better looking, smarter, a better human being all around. I mean, they don't get that, but yeah, you're literally glorifying what comes from another man's sperm. They do not see that. But I've noticed this trend, and it's trendy to talk about, especially dark-skinned women, but black women. And I've been seeing it, and the underlying thing that I see, beyond the colorism, beyond the self-hate, beyond being exposed to nothing but whiteness since birth, is getting the bag, honestly, because everyone had praised Godfrey for telling the truth, and he did tell the truth on Vlad when he sat down with him, and he was talking about how everyone gets everything from black women and emulate black women, and the fashion, the hair, the nails, the style, the steez, the magic, all of it, they get it from black women. And to then turn around and degrade, which I think the men should think about that when they're saying what they're saying, but to degrade black women, it's ridiculous. And he says he prefers black women, but he'll sleep with white women. And that's what I didn't understand, is how could you have a problem with this image when it's been the other way around for so long? And this is something that I did a 4-part video on. There's a YouTuber who was talking about her relationship, and she was getting a lot of heat. And basically I was explaining why these women are going to other groups of men to be in relationships with, and also why the promotion of black men and non-black women is being pushed heavily. What I was saying is that these non-black men have been trying. There are a number of non-black men who prefer black women or who would like to date, marry, and be within relationships, but black women really stick to their own. Men really don't date out much, and it's been difficult. I've even experienced a non-black man who was very frustrated, who was very angry because he really could not get a black woman that he wanted to really engage with him. So I believe the heavy promotion that's been going on for decades of black men with non-black women is actually a tool to make black women kind of so angry because there's been no budging black women to maybe look outside of their community for love, for marriage, or a companion. But I think, they found that this is something that black men have been doing, so then they promoted it. Black men, they were happy for that promotion, and it's going to backfire, and this is the result of that. Because I don't think that Godfrey was ready for what happened and what these women were saying to him. And he was very shocked because I don't think he's heard it before, because he's 50 years old. And I don't think that he has ever heard black women come back at him. I think he has had a lot of support from black women when he talked about white men and, white hegemony and everything that he's spoken about. But I think it's very hypocritical of him, seeing how he has had dealings with non-black women and then to have a problem with this. It was ridiculous. He was literally expecting a load of black women to just applaud him for what he said, and they didn't. And then he went into this whole thing of calling black woman a Bedouin, just degrading certain women who said things to him. And like, he fell into that group for me of basically when you're trying to get some heat on you, you disrespect black women. And that's what's been going on. And if you remember a situation with a guy on YouTube named Onision, he basically was yelling and screaming and cussing about black women because they didn't wash their hair every day. And basically he was giving tips on black women should wash their hair and do this every day. It says this on the... But he was a YouTuber who was used to getting 1 million views for being less than mediocre. So he decided to attack black women and black hair and yell and just go off. But yes, he was going off. He was name calling and being very disrespectful. And he's fluid, if you know what I mean. And so, it kind of seems like a lot of guys who are fluid, they will go off on black women. And it has to do with jealousy, but I'm not going to get into that. This Onision guy, he is on the mediocre side of YouTube. And like I said, he's less than mediocre. And he got an increase, but it wasn't what he was looking for. He has a million views on a few of his videos, and that's what he's used to. He's used to just going in front of a camera, doing absolutely nothing, being boring, and getting a million views. And he decided, because his viewership was going down, he decided to attack Black women. Godfrey, I really haven't heard anything about him. I know he's been in a few movies, and he's a comedian, but now he is being viewed in the media. Now he has some attention. Now his name is being talked about. And then you see Kevin Samuel, and you see how much support he gets. So this is a thing. This is a trend. I don't think we should pay attention to it, because you know what they say, when you pay attention to it and you view it and you just put viewership or anything like that behind it, it gets worse. More and more people look at it as an opportunity to come up, and it looks like this is a trend. But to be honest, this will backfire on them. Regardless of what check they get, what bag they get, they may be laughing now, but the pendulum always swings back. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Drop a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one.